Hello everyone and welcome back to Winter 89 Colors. My name is Melissa and I am here today with another coloring video for you. So what you're seeing right now is my household just going ahead and carving out some pumpkins, doing the gutting. You can see me right in the left-hand corner there, sorting out the seeds from the guts. We're going to be definitely cooking up those pumpkin seeds because those are absolutely delicious. It's one of the main reasons we carve pumpkins in this house. You can see my husband carving out a jack-o'-lantern over there, and of course walking all across the screen. You can see one half of the Leaky Inkwell team right there on my right-hand side in shorts. And he is also carving a pumpkin, and he makes up half of the Leaky Inkwell art studio team, as I mentioned, who live upstairs from us. His other half is just off of screen. So I thought you'd like to see a little bit of the magic that was happening just within my life and part of where I live. I live in such an artistic household, whether it be music, visual arts, or other. And I just thought it was really nice to have a moment where we were working together. Unfortunately, our fifth roommate was not able to join us for the pumpkin carving, but as he never does. But, you know, I'm sure you'll see him in future videos at some point. So I thought I would talk to you today about the page that we're going to be doing as soon as this little clip is over. We are going to be coloring an Alice in Wonderland page by Hannah Lynn. And it is going to be in the Enchanted Faces book. And the reason I chose this particular page was because it was, I'm sorry, did I say Enchanted Faces? I meant Sweet and Simple. Sorry, the Sweet and Simple book by Hannah Lynn. And the reason I chose this page in particular was because it was Alice in Wonderland themed. It's got the Mad Hatter theme going on, and it is November Mad Tea Party time. So the hashtag by Meg's Coloring Corner and Jamie's Coloring Love and Julianne Annette Art gives us the prompt to work with Alice in Wonderland pages. So that is why I chose this page. So we're going to be basing with alcohol markers and then going over with pencil on the top and just a few little embellishments as well. So I'm not going to necessarily put the colors up on the screen. I do show them quite clearly on the page as we are going. But I think you'll enjoy the way that we do this. It's very odd. It's very offbeat. I chose colors that were really off for steampunk and for crazy like this page seems to be. I kind of chose that bright pink, and then I chose the normal steampunk colors of those olive greens and dark brown colors. Yeah, and I'm really happy with the way it all went down. The shading was fairly simple. I just made sure that I used a little bit of darker peach and some pink on her skin in order to get that done. And I went with kind of a gray color for her hair, which is definitely a different choice for me. Generally speaking, I would go with a brown or a more natural color, but I decided to go with this almost silver brown, silver gray, silver brown type color because I don't know, I didn't want to add any more color to the page when it was already kind of two really popping colors. We had that huge pop with the fluorescent pink, and then, you know, against the nice soft browns and blacks and olives and earth tones. So I even made her eyes the earth tones, which I thought went really well. I did add some sparkle by making the steam in the teacup a little sparkly. I added some jelly roll glaze here and there, some sparkle on her lips even, and of course the zipper running across the front of her bodice. I made that a little bit silver. I could have gone with copper, but I felt like silver was more appropriate given the color of her hair and all that. The one thing I did forget to do when I was doing this page was I forgot to use some jelly roll glaze on her eyelashes. Which I almost always do in Hannah Lynn's pictures. However, I forgot in this particular case, and that's okay. It still turned out good, and I can always go in and add that later if I want to. So, yeah, so I do this mostly using my A-Beer alcohol markers. I'm running very, very low on my A-Beer alcohol markers these days. I don't have a whole ton of them left. Yeah, I mean, they served me very, very well. I bought them because I was so afraid that my Ohuhus were going to run out on me that I wanted to try and use the A-beers for things that were quote unquote less important to me. But I'm starting to learn that it doesn't really matter what I work on, whether it's a big page in a very expensive hardback book or whether it's a page in a little color by number. It's still important to me because it's part of my, it's what I enjoy doing. So I'm just one of the, I have to get out of the idea that if I'm not doing it on camera for you guys, it's not important. It's all very important. Even the little pages, even the color by numbers, they are all part of my coloring experience, and they bring me joy, so I shouldn't be downplaying them nearly as much as I do. Especially in a piece like this where I've ended up choosing a very bright color because I didn't have a lot of color choices left, but then I decided, no, you know what, this is kind of my signature color and I can make it work. I was planning on trying to use more traditional Alice in Wonderland colors, the blues, the purples, the bright greens, something that's more closely related to the cartoon. However, given that this was a gender reverse and the fact that it was a much more steampunky than any of the other representations of the Mad Hatter that I have seen, I decided to take it and go in a different direction with it. So I took those olive greens and those dark rusty browns and all those dull matte colors, and I put them in with this bright fluorescent fuchsia pink, and that really set everything off. I feel it really makes the artwork stand out and stand apart. So I'm glad I made that choice, and I'm glad I stuck with it, and I didn't chicken out and try to salvage the page or change it. I ended up doing the border in an acrylic marker just because I didn't know what else to do. I wanted something that was in control. I didn't feel like I could do it smoothly enough with an alcohol marker. I figured I would go outside the lines if I did that. So I thought that maybe the nib on a acrylic marker, one of the bullet ones, would be a little bit more capable of being controlled. And I was right. I barely got any outside the lines. I only got one little spot just outside on the left-hand corner. And I doubt that you'll really notice it. Maybe when I'm just doing it at the time, but, we're all our own worst critics. I also did use that acrylic marker to put the dots on some of the clothing. So like on the little band around her hat and also around her arm. I realized that I had kind of gone over those with the alcohol marker and they weren't very neat. So I thought that going over with an acrylic marker would help to make those parts stand out and make them blend in with everything and be part of the cohesiveness of the page. It's amazing how much you can create cohesiveness despite the fact that you think you've chosen an odd color. Like, for example, with my bright colors, I didn't think that there was a way that I could possibly make this cohesive. I thought for sure this was going to be just a mess of a page based on the fact that my first instinct was to reach for that bright pink. Why would I choose that for this steampunk page? I mean, that's kind of wild, but now that I'm looking at it, and I do have it here in my hand, and I'm looking at it, and of course I'm watching what's happening on screen, I'm glad. I'm glad the way it turned out. I'm glad I chose the colors that I chose, and I hope that you're happy with the colors that I chose. Make sure you let me know down in the comments what you think of this page, what you want to see next, what I could have done differently. I really love to hear from you, and I do answer every single comment. I do go and look, so please make sure you talk to me. I'm really happy to do that. So I hope you enjoy the rest of this piece while I color it, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Toodaloo.